Hello and welcome to the admin panel of Pizzato. Yes, from this episode, we are going to build the admin panel of our Pizzato. What I mean by admin panel is we are going to manipulate all the customer's order that the customer is going to order from our client side. Including the trailer, we have completed 11 episodes of building the client side of Pizzato. Now, if you haven't seen all of those videos or missed any of those videos, please go watch that cause those videos are just amazing as this one. So with the objective of building the admin panel of our Pizzato, let's start off the video. Instead of creating a new app, I am going to integrate the admin panel of our Pizzato in the client side as well. But the only difference is there will be a decider to choose between the client side and the admin side. That is the customer side and similarly the employee side. So first of all, let's move under our library under our main folders and simply create a new file for decider. So here I can simply create a new file for decider.dart. Now under this file, let's create a new stateless widget for the decider itself. Instead of returning a container, it will be simply returning a scaffold, our usual stuff. So after having the following scaffold, let's have a body to our decider. Under this body, let's have a stack, our usual stuff. Let's have all the children. So the first child is going to be a container itself because we are going to have a gradient. So to copy the gradient, I can move under my login, and under this login I can simply copy the decoration of this side and paste it under my decider. Now let's do one thing. Instead of showing the user the following thing, let's go under our splash screen. So here under our splash screen, instead of login, let's have a decider after importing it. Now let's load our entire application once. Cool, so we have our file here. So here under our decider file, instead of having the following colors, let's change the colors to some extent. Now these are all the following colors that we are going to use. Yes, it is quite bright and sunny just like us. So after having the following container, let's have an image, the usual stuff. So for the image, I can simply have one more container, and the container is going to have some of the properties of height and width. So let's have a height and width from the media query. Let's have a width here. Cool. So after having both the dimensions, let's have some more decoration. So under the decoration, I can have a box decoration for a cool image. So under the following box decoration, let's have an image, and for the following image, I can have a decoration image. So here let's have the image itself from my asset. So here I can simply add asset image. So for the following source, I can simply move under my puff.yaml file and here get on the following image. Now don't worry, I am going to put the link of the following images in the description. Go quickly check them out. So I can simply format document once. Alright, we have our image here. And after having the following container, let's have a tagline here of selecting your side. So here I can simply write one more container. Yes, I like everything fitting under a container. So for the following container, let's have a child to be a text, but instead of a text, let's have a rich text. So under the following rich text, we can have all the attributes, but we need to save our time. So I will be simply moving under my login page of my client side of Pizzato. Under the following position, I can simply copy the entire position widget, move under my decider by splash screen and paste it here. Now the only difference shall be about the words. So here I can simply write select your side. Alrighty, so once that is done, let's decrease the position from top. Let's see it. Alrighty, let's decrease somewhat more for 80. Cool. So here instead of having the following width, let's have a 400 one. Also let's have a padding from left for 40. Alrighty. And once that is done, let's have a white color to everything. So once the following thing is done, let's have a font family to them. I don't know why they are not applying our entire font family under a text style. Alright, let's have a Montserrat. Don't worry, I am going to post the asset of the font under the description box as well. So once everything is done, under the following side, we need to paste two different buttons for selecting the client side and similarly the admin side. So for that, let's come out of the following position and have one more position widget. Under the following position widget, let's have a row, but instead of having a row, let's have a container so that we can be manipulated them under the main axis alignments. So here under the following container, let's have a child to be a row, and under the row, let's have all the children. The first children is going to be a material button and second children is also going to be a material button. So here under this material button, let's have a background color. First thing first. Alright, a color, not a background color. So here I can simply add colors for a red accent. You can choose any color as you wish. Let's have a child as a text. The text shall be nothing but a customer. Let's have some more styling. And here on pressing it, we shall navigate the user to the customer side of Pizzato. So for that, I can simply write here navigator dot push replacement. I can simply select a paste transition one. Alrighty. So here it will simply take a child and the child is going to be login itself. the following login, that is a login class, shall be for our client side, that is a customer side. And here let's have a type for page transition type. So once this is done, format document first. So let's copy the entire material button once and paste it one more time. The only difference is here it will be simply saying for employee. Cool. So once that thing is said, let's have padding from top of 220. Let's see. Let's have a main axis alignment for main axis alignment of space evenly. Alright, so we have both of our buttons here. Format document first. Let's go under our container and let's give somewhat width to it, not height, width. Alright, so once this is done, let's decrease somewhat position from top of 190. Cool, so this is looking more cool now. Now feel free to customize your UI as much you need, because as we have less time, I will be more focusing on the functionality rather than UI. Let's go under our login screen, copy the position, and here let's paste it here. Cool, so this thing is looking more cool now, but the only difference is let's have white color. Similarly, a more white color. Cool, so this is looking more cool now. So after having the following decider page, we can simply navigate the user to the either customer side or employee side. Now after pressing the customer side, the user shall be navigated to our client side, that is our customer side, and similarly for our employee side. So let's load the entire application once. So now we will be doing one thing, that is create a common folder for all the files for our admin panel. So here let's have a new folder for admin panel itself, which will be consisting of all the files which are necessary. So under this, let's create a new folder for the views, and under our views, let's create a new folder. Alright, where is views? So under our views, let's create a new folder for login page .dart. Cool. So under our login page, let's have a stateless widget, the usual stuff. Here let's have a scaffold. Cool. So now I can simply copy the admin login from here, move under my employee side and paste it here. Cool. So now we can move to our login page. Now under the following stack, let's have a children. But now let's go under our employee side. Alright, so this is our employee side. So for copying the gradient, I can go under this following container, copy the entire thing, move under here and paste it here. Alright, so instead of having the following gradient, let's have our old gradient. For that, I can move under my views, under my login, and here I can go up. Alright, let's copy the entire colors and paste under our following admin login. Cool, so everything is done. Cool. So after that, let's copy the entire container from this side as well, and here I will simply pasting it up. Now remember one thing, the entire thing will be the same about the following login thing. So here instead of this, I can simply paste out the output for admin login itself, that's it. Alright, admin login. Alright, it does not exist. I think the L is small here. No worries. Play it up. Alright, so here it is. So after having the following container, we shall be having the following tagline of our Pizzato. And from where will we copy that? Exactly, from our login screen. So here I can simply copy the entire position widget and paste under our following container. Let's see it. Cool. It is looking more cool now. And after that, let's have the entire buttons as well. So for that, we can simply copy the entire position. Now you may be guessing the entire thing is copying our entire previous work we have done, which is the hard work itself. So here let's copy the entire model sheet and sign in sheet as well. Paste it under our login page. Cool, let's import everything. And after having the following thing, let's paste our entire tagline. So now as everything is done, we can simply modify some of the fields for our login page. So here under our login, if you observe, we have our two sheets for login sheet and similarly a sign in sheet. So first of all, under our sign in sheet, we shall be simply configuring for the following event, so that after pressing the following button, the user shall be navigated to our new home screen, that is our admin home screen, not to the old home screen of our client side. So for here, I will be simply creating a new home page for, let's say, admin home page. Alright, it does not exist, so let's create it up. And here, after simply logging out, I can simply say here login, admin login. Alright, let's copy this thing, go up under our login sheet, paste it here. Let's import it. So here instead of this, I will have our admin login. Cool. So, and here let's have our admin home page. Let's create a new admin home page under our views. So here under our views for our admin panel, I will be simply creating a new home page. Let's name it admin home page. And under our home page, let's have a new stateful widget. Let's name it admin home page. Now once the following thing is done, let's import the following home page. Similarly for our sign-in sheet. So let's start off our admin panel by creating a new account. Alright, I will simply remove the dependencies. So here let's create a new account. Alright, I will be creating a new account of abhishek@gmail.com, thanks to our Google services. So once the following thing is done, let's have a password for it. for Abhishek itself. Alright, let's navigate to our home screen. Let's see whether we are getting a user key, that is user ID. Alright, so this is our unique UID for our entire admin panel. Alright, we have a blank screen. So let's go under our admin homepage. And here under our admin homepage, we are going to have a body. The body shall be same as our login screen. So I can simply copy my entire login screen's gradient. That is the first container. So I will be simply copying the entire code that we have written ourselves to save our time. So once everything is done, let's have all the widgets under our entire stack. So here I'll be simply start by creating a new widget for my app bar. So here let's have our app bar. It will be taking a build context to be a context. And under this, let's return a new app bar. So here under following app bar, let's have a semicolon first. And also let's have a title to be a text for orders. Let's have a styling to be a text style. And also let's have somewhat actions to our entire scaffold, not scaffold but app bar. So here under the following actions, I can simply go under my home screen of our client side and copy the actions here. So I will be simply copying the entire actions and paste it under the following action of our admin side. Alright, let's import everything. And here let's have our admin login instead of our client login. So format document first. Now once the following thing is done, we can simply copy the following app bar and paste it here, giving the following context. Let's see it. Alright, let's have a background color as well for a colors of transparent. Now as the following thing is done, we can have a drawer for our entire admin homepage. Let's have a drawer here. So once the following thing is done, we are going to have chips of the following date time. The date time shall be including for now, this week and similarly a month. After pressing over the following action chief, customer boy or the delivery boy through which the admin panel shall be operated shall be seeing all of the following orders of the following date time. So for that, let's go down and create a new widget. Alright, I am hungry, this is nice name. So here I will be simply having a build context to be a context. So here under the following date chips, let's return a new row. But instead of row, let's have a container first. So here under the following container, let's have a child to be a row. But before that, let's have a dimensions to our container only for a width of 400. And here let's have a main axis alignment for main axis alignment of space evenly, the usual things. And under the following child, let's have an action chip itself. The label shall be containing a new text for today. Alright, a small o. And here let's have somewhat styling to be a text style. And here after pressing this, nothing shall be happening for this episode. And we are going to carry on all the operations in our next episode. So here under the following action chips, first of all let's have a background color. So here I can simply have a background color of colors.purple. So once the following thing is done, let's have somewhat position widget to our entire container. So here let's have a positioned. And here let's have somewhat position from top of 120, not 1200. Now let's see it by format document once. Alright, say bye bye to them. So here I can simply copy the date chips, go up, after having the following app bar, paste it here, after having the following context. Let's see it. Alright, so we have a tiny looking cute today here. So here under the following thing, I can simply copy the entire action chip, paste and paste. And here let's have this week, not today week, and also this month. So once the following thing is done, let's go under our top padding and let's make it of 100. Alright, so once this thing is done, we are going to have all of the data which is stored under our Cloud store, and the following data is nothing but all the orders that the following client side of our Pizzato shall be containing. Now if I show to you my Cloud store, remember in our previous episodes we have completed the following payment gateway, which simply renders all of the data of the user for participating over the following orders, and the following order shall be consisting for the following address, coordinates and everything. Now the following collection of the user, that is our customer, shall be consisting of all the data that a delivery boy should be required. The data shall be consisting for its coordinates of the following map, that is Google map, his name, address, timing, the pizza thing, that is pizza summary of cheese, bacon, onion, size and similarly the name of the pizza. So enough talking, let's have somewhat coding. So here after having the following widget of action chips, here I will be simply have a new widget for a stream builder for getting all of the data from the Cloud store. So here let's have a new any sort of thing. Here let's have a build context to be a context. So under the following widget, let's return a new position. Everything is about position, not position bro, we are not using you. Let's have a top position from 200. Let's have a child to be a size box. Under the following size box, let's have dimensions. Also let's have a child. to be a stream builder under a type of a query snapshot. So here under the following stream builder, first of all let's have a stream. Alright, let's have first of all stream. Under the stream let's have Firebase Firestore dot instance for collection. The collection is named under admin orders, and after this let's have all the snapshots. Now this is the following way for grabbing all the documents from a cloud Firestore under the usage of a stream builder. So here let's have a builder. The builder shall be containing for a context, also a sync snapshot, name for a snapshot. Cool. So here under the following builder let's have a condition for loading of the data. So here if the snapshot's connection state is under a waiting one, so here if we are waiting we can simply return a center, and under the following center we can have a circular progress indicator. Cool. And after this let's have a else statement. Under this else let's return a new list view, alright, a capital view. So here under the following list view let's have a children. The children under the form of snapshot dot data. The following data operator shall give us all the documents. Let's map the following documents under a query snapshot, not query snapshot but a document snapshot. So here let's have a to list form, and here under this mapping let's have a document snapshot to be a document snapshot. Let's format document first. So here under the following list let's return a new list style. Under the following list style, first of all let's check whether we are getting our data or not. So for checking it let's have a circle avatar, and here under this let's have a background image to be a network image. Under this let's have data from a document snapshot under form of querying between data. Under the following mapping let's have our data. Now as per I remember we have given a name to our snapshot data of the image entity to be image itself. So let's test it out. Let's press Ctrl and S. Alright, so here I can simply copy the entire order data, go up. After this let's paste it here after having the following context. Alright, so we have all of our images here. So here once we have successfully implemented a stream builder, so here under the following circle avatar let's have a background image, that is background color, for a transparent one. Cool. So once the following thing is done let's have somewhat radius. So under radius let's have a 50. Let's see it. Alright, it is quite big, 25 shall be enough. Cool. So once the following thing is done let's have somewhat padding to our list style from any one side. So here let's have a padding from only for a top side of 8 shall be enough. So here after this let's have somewhat color to our entire list style, and for color let's have a decoration for a box decoration under a container. Let's have a color here. So here I can simply have colors for deep purple, it's not orange, bloody, a deep purple. Alright, so we have all of our list styles here. So after having the following list styles let's have title first of all. So here under this title I can have a text. We shall be implementing over our document snapshot dot data, and from this let's have the pizza name. Also let's have somewhat styling under a form of a text style. They use two things. So once everything is done press Ctrl and S. Alright, we are getting our data here. After this let's have a subtitle for a text, and here let's have a text itself. Under this it will be simply consisting the address. Alright, so once everything is done let's decrease the font size of our address. Now these are all the current addresses that I have saved for saving our time. Now if you remember in our previous episode we simply ordered the following tomato and bacon, but once we were gone I simply ordered 2 different pizzas. Yes, I was quite hungry. So as in whole we have simply 3 pizzas for now. So after having the following list styles attributes let's have a trailing widget for a icon button. So here under this icon button let's have an icon under the form of icon for font awesome icons, and from this let's have a magnet one. It is quite cool. Let's have a color to it of colors of white. Alrighty, also let's have an on-press property to be null for now. Sorry buddy. So once we have everything here, the next objective will be simply having a floating action button right in the middle, which will be simply showing the user all of the deliveries that he has done. So here let's have a new widget, are used to thing for a floating action button. Under this let's have a build context to be a context. Also let's return a new floating action button. So under our floating action button let's have first of all a child to be an icon from font awesome icons for a check one. Let's have a color of colors of white. Also on press nothing shall be happening for now, it will be inactive. And after having this let's have somewhat color as in the form of background color for colors of deep purple. So let's copy the floating action button from here. Let's move up, and under our scaffold let's have a floating action button for the following button. providing a context. Cool, so we have floating action button at the right side, but we want it in the middle. So let's grab a floating action button location for a center and float one. Now after having this, we shall be wrapping our entire stream builder under a form of refresh indicator. Now what I mean by that, now under our following body we have a stack here, but we don't need stack. So I can simply refactor the following widget under a different widget for a refresh indicator. So here I will be simply having a new text here for, let's say, print working or any sort of thing. Let's make it asynchronous, the warning shall be gone. Now the following video is going quite long, so instead of simply concentrating over the UI, let's have somewhat functionality. So here if you observe, we have a tomato and bacon and all sort of pizzas. So for the functionality, I'll be simply creating a new folder. So here let's have all the services. Under the services, let's have our first new file. So here let's have a new class which shall be simply implicating over our change notifier, the usual stuff. So once this thing is done, let's copy our name and paste the following thing under our main.dart file. Cool, so after this, let's copy this and here let's have admin detail helpers. The following app shall be reloaded one more time. So for now, let's move under our employee. Let's log in with my current email. Here let's have my password. Let's log in. Alright, so once we are logged in, okay, bye main.dart file. So here under our following admin detail helpers, let's have a new widget for detail sheet, not SHIT but SEET. Let's have bill context to be a context. Also, let's have a document snapshot. So here under our following detail sheet, let's return a new show model bottom sheet. So here let's have a new show model bottom sheet. Let's provide a context and similarly a context for a builder. Alright, let's return a new container, format document first. So here under our sheet, let's make the following property to true so that we shall be extending our following container to much extent we want, that is height we need. So here first of all, let's have height under a media query. Yes, we need to make our app responsive. So after having height and width, let's have somewhat decoration under a box decoration. So under decoration, let's have a border, that is border radius, under a border radius of circular for 15 shall be enough. After that, let's have a color. So for color, I can simply go under my login page and copy the following first color. Cool, so once this thing is done, let's have a child to be a column. Under the column, let's have all the children. Now before assigning a children, let's have a main axis alignment under a center. Similar thing for the cross axis alignment for the center. Alright, so under our column, let's have our first child to be a small divider. So here let's have a new divider. We shall be having somewhat thickness of 4. Also let's have a color of colors of white. Now to give it an optimistic look, let's have somewhat padding to it of horizontal side of 150. So format document first. So here first of all, let's see whether we are getting our bottom sheet or not. So I can go under my admin home page and here if you observe, we have our list style here. Alright, where it is? Here it is. So under the list style, a property comes under a handy of on tap. So here on tapping it, let's have a new provider. And for the provider, let's have a context under the form of admin detail helpers. Also let's not listen to the properties by making it false. And here let's have our sheet, that is our detail sheet. Now it will be taking a parameters of document snapshot, also a context. So format document first. So now under this, after pressing over this, you may see we are getting our entire bottom sheet here. Alright, so under our entire admin helpers, let's have all the children. So after having the following padding, let's have a new column. Under the column, let's have all the children. So the first children is going to be a row. Let me explain to you why I am writing a row under a column. So under this row, let's have a new icon for having the name of the following user. So here I can simply add font awesome icons dot person. Let's see whether we have available here phone booth. Let's see it. And after this, let's have a new text from a document snapshot. From this, let's have a data, and from this, let's have username if available. Alright, so let's see it whether we are getting all of our data. So let's copy this, open it again. Alright, we have data here. So now instead of this, let's have a new UI icon one, and here let's have a person one. Alright, so here let's have a new color of colors of red. Now be comfortable to modify all of our UI as much you need. So here let's have a new text style. So let's format document first. So here let's refactor the following thing under padding. Padding from only left side of 8 shall be enough. let's see it. Alright, everything is cool. And after having the following row, we shall be having one more row for the address. So here let's have a new map pin, but the map pin is available under font awesome icons. Very discriminative, bro. So here under this, let's have a new map pin. Let's have a different color of light blue accent, and here let's have a new field of address. Let's open it one more time. Alright, we have our data here. So here let's wrap our entire text under a container. So here let's have a constraints thing for a box constraints. Under a box constraints, let's have a max width of let's see of 360. Alright, let's open it again. Alright, it's okay. So after having both of the following fields, we are going to have a map box here under a size box. Now remember the following client-side episode of Pizzato where we learned how to implement Google Maps under our Flutter application? Exactly, we are going to use that knowledge. So here under our admin helpers, let's create a new widget first of all for showing all the maps data. Now first of all, let's have a new Google Map controller to be a Google Map controller itself, and after that let's have a mapping between all the markers. So here let's have a marker and a marker ID. Let's name it markers, our usual standard stuffs. So after having the following thing, let's have the marker ID and marker. Alright, angular bracket here. So after having the following thing, first of all we need to simply get all of the data, that is the marker data from my Cloud Firestore. Now on your screen you may observe I have all the coordinates of the following maps that I have implemented over the following thing under the client side of Pizzato. Now in order to paste all the coordinates of the following user, you can simply paste of the geo points of the following user. Now if I show to you of how we can do it. So under our entire service of map provider, where it is okay services, now here you may observe we are simply sending a data of country name and main address, but you know what, we can also have one more field of geo point itself. The geo point field shall be simply implemented over our Cloud Firestore, that is it represents a geographical point by its latitude and longitude. So here let's have a new name for it of geo point. Once this is done, let's have a getter for it. Now once the following thing is done, we can go down here, and here on pressing it, you may observe we are simply setting the data of country name and main address with the help of geocoder. But you know what, we can simply do one thing, that is catch up our geo point. Now we can simply make it equal to geo point itself. It shall be simply consisting of two different arguments of latitude and longitude. Now you can simply copy the entire material here and paste it here. So once the following thing is done, we can simply paste it here. Now in this way you can simply send all of your coordinates to the next screen. Now once we have simply assigned a getter for our geo point, we can go under our views, under our my card. Here under our my card, you may observe we are simply sending all of our data under the form of this field, that is so much of fields. Now here under the following these fields, you can be simply creating a new entity under the form of location, not location but location. And here let's have a new getter from our provider class. And here after this, let's get the geo point. So in this way you can simply get all the coordinates of the user. Yes, I have used the same trick for getting the coordinates of the user that you may observe on your screen. Now you can simply repeat the following step to get all the coordinates. So once the following thing is done, let's go back to our admin panel. And here under our following coordinates, first of all let's instantiate all the markers from our Cloud Firestore. So to get that, let's create a new method for get marker data. It will be simply nothing but simply asynchronous, and under this let's have a new instance of Firebase Firestore. From that let's have a collection, the collection for admin collections. Let's get all the data, and from that let's have our then method. We shall be simply implementing the entire data under a form of value. So here let's have doc data or any sort of name. So once the following thing is done, let's check whether we are simply getting all of our data or not. So here if doc data dot docs, if they are not empty, we will be simply implementing a new list. So here let's have a for loop, and here from this let's have mock data, that is doc data dot docs dot length under the form of entire length. Let's increase the counter. So under the following for loop, we shall be simply saving the following marker data under a new empty field. So for getting the empty field, let's create a new method for initializing our marker. So here let's create a new method for init marker. Now it shall be taking simply two parameters for specifying our collection and also a collection ID. So here let's have a new col, that is collection, and simply a collection ID. So here under our following method, we shall be creating a new marker ID. So here let's have a new marker ID. The marker ID shall be equal to column ID, that is collection ID. So once the following thing is done, let's have a new final marker ID, and the value shall be nothing but the marker ID itself. So once the following thing is done, alright, let's convert this name to variable marker ID. You can give any sort of name. Copy this, paste it here. So once we have simply assigned the value of marker ID to collection ID, we can simply come down of this method and simply have a new final marker. So under the following marker, let's have a new name to it of a small marker. So here under this, let's have a marker field. Now let me remind you that you can watch the following video if you need a deep dive over what are markers under Google Maps. But for now, we can simply have our marker ID to the marker ID itself. Once we have provided the marker ID, let's have a position of our marker under lat long. Under this, let's have a collection. From this collection, let's have data of our collection to be location itself, which is one of the document, that is document field. And from this, let's fetch our latitude, and the same thing shall be going for longitude. So let's paste it here, and here let's have longitude having a correct spelling or everything will be gone. So once the following thing is done, let's have a bracket here, and after that let's have info window. Under info window, I will simply have a class of the entire info window. Under this, let's have first of all a title for order, and after that let's have a new snippet. The snippet shall be nothing but from our collection, and from this collection let's have the address itself. So once everything is done, format document first. Let's assign the following markers, that is a set of markers under the following marker ID, that is marker ID, that shall be equal to nothing but the marker itself. Now the following thing is showing us error about the following value of marker ID can be assigned to a marker. So to make it up, we can simply remove this from here. Let's interchange all the values under our mapping. Alright, the error is gone. So once we have simply instantiated an init marker method, we can come down here and simply initialize an init marker itself. Now the init marker shall be taking two more parameters for collection and collection ID. So we can simply provide a collection ID under a form of doc data. From here, let's have docs for the initial value of I, and from this let's have the data itself. Alright, data, not da. So here, once we have provided the data here, I can copy the entire thing, paste it under this, but here let's have the ID of our entire document. Cool. So everything is done from here, and after that let's print for our own sake, that is developer's sake, and here I will be simply printing the entire data. Now remember one thing, if you are using Google Maps for the first time, the following code shall be very complicated to you, but let me explain to you about what the following thing is happening here. So under our get marker data method, we are simply getting all of the documents from our admin collections, and from this, once we are getting all our documents, we shall be simply getting all of the data under a form of doc data, which is a query snapshot. So under our method of our get, we shall be simply checking whether the doc data shall be empty or not. If they are not empty, we shall be simply taking a variable I for a for loop, and under the for loop, we shall be simply initializing all of our markers. So for initializing all of our markers, we shall be creating a new method under which we shall be declaring some of the marker ID and marker data. The most important field under our marker shall be the position and marker ID. The position shall be nothing but the collection's entity of location. From the current location, we shall be getting the latitude and similarly a longitude, and the marker ID shall be nothing but the collection ID itself. So once everything is done, we can come down here, and once the following user, that is the delivery boy, shall be opening our detail sheet, we shall be simply instantiating our get marker data method. Cool. So as everything is done, we shall be getting a new method for showing our markers. So here let's create a new method for show Google Maps. Alright, so here let's have build context to be a context, also a document snapshot, not document change, but a document snapshot to be a document snapshot. So here under this, let's return a new Google Map. So under our Google Map, the most important property shall be on map created. So here on map created, I can simply take a Google Map controller. Let's have a name for map controller. Under this method, we shall be simply assigning the following Google Map controller that we have declared up, which is somewhere here. Here it is, and here we shall be simply implementing the value to the map controller itself. Let's notify all of the listeners because we are using providers. So once we have simply implied this, let's have a more required parameter. If I simply hover it, we shall be initial camera position. So under initial camera position, let's have a camera position. Under this, let's have a target. The target shall be nothing but a latitude longitude. So under this, I can simply have document snapshot dot data. From this, I shall be simply taking the collection, that is location, and from this I shall be taking up the latitude. So once we have done this, let's copy the entire thing one more time and paste it here. Only difference shall be for longitude. Format document first. Alright, after this let's have a zoom level of 15. Here let's have a map type of map type dot hybrid. Let's have my location button enabled to be true. Also its toolbar to be true. After that let's have all the required parameters. So once everything is done, we can simply copy the name of the following Google Maps, come down here. So here under our following bottom sheet, after having the following column, we are going to have one more size box. So here let's have one more size box. Under this size box, first of all let's have a height to be 800, not 800 but 400. Also a width of 400. Let's have a child to be show Google Maps. It will be taking a context, also a document snapshot. So once we have provided this, let's format document first. Alright, let's try opening it again. Alright, so we have an entire bottom sheet here and also our Google Maps, our tiny cute little Google Maps. Now it may be taking some time to load it up. So after having this, let's close it from here, and after having the following size box for showing the current location, we shall be having one more container for all the different attributes. So here first of all let's have a new container. So under this container let's have a child to be a row. Under this row, alright, under this row, first of all let's have a main axis alignment to be a main axis alignment of space evenly. After that under our children, first of all let's have a new row, that is inherited row. Under the following row I will be simply having a new icon for a clock. So here I will be simply having clock from my font awesome icons. Alright, a new clock. Let's have a color of colors of white. After that let's have a new text. So under this text I will be simply taking document snapshot.data. From this I will be taking up time. Let's have somewhat styling to our entire text. Let's have a new color of colors of white one. Also let's have somewhat font size of a 16. Also let's have a font weight. For font weight of bold. So once the following thing is done, format document first. Cool, so I can simply copy the entire row, paste it one more time. The only difference will be about the location, that is rupees sign, and after this I will be simply having the price, comma here, format document first. Let's have a different color. Let's have a light blue accent here. Also a light green accent to our clock. Let's test it up. After replacing over this, alright, here we need toString. After pressing this, alright, so we have our clock here and similarly a price here. Also we are simply setting all of our current location from there. So after having both of the following things, we are going to have our next thing, that is having the current palette of the pizza. So let's come out of the following container. So coming out of the following container, we are going to have one more container. Now I know the following code is going quite hard, quite lengthy, but trust me, the output of our entire code shall be more beautiful. So under our decoration, let's have a new box decoration. So under a box decoration, first of all let's have a border radius. For border radius of circular, let's have a border radius of 15. After that let's have a border itself for a border dot all. Let's have a new color for a border of colors of white. So under our container, first of all let's have a child to be a column. Under this column let's have all the children. So under our column, first of all let's have our main axis alignment for the center, so that everything shall be seeing under a center form. Let's have a cross axis alignment for a center as well. Alright, a bracket here. Flutter cries too much, dude. So after once this thing is done, let's have a new row for showing the pizza thing. Let's have main axis alignment for space evenly. So under the following row let's have children. So the first children is going to be circle avatar. Under the circle avatar let's have a background image. First of all let's have a background color to be colors of transparent one. After that let's have a background image. For background image I will be simply choosing a network image. The network image from a document snapshot.data. From this let's have the image. Also let's have somewhat radius to our entire circle avatar of 15. So after having the following circle avatar, we are going to have a small column for entire text. So here under following column, so under a column let's have all the children. So the first children is going to be the pizza type, that is a pizza name. So here I will be simply having a new name under a text. for pizza. It will be taking a dollar quotation, another dollar quotation. Let's paste the following thing here to save our time. Also, let's have a pizza name. After that, let's have somewhat styling. So after having the following text under our column, format document first. So after having the following text, we are going to have a row for showing all of the amount of cheese, bacon and onion. So here, first of all, let's have main axis alignment. For main axis alignment of space evenly. And after that, let's have our children. So the first children is going to be a text. Similarly for second and third. So here under our first child, I am going to have a cheese. Under this, let's have a dollar quotation, the usual thing. And here let's have the cheese itself. For the styling, I can simply copy the entire style from here and paste it here. Only difference shall be about the following height, that is font size. Format document first. Now here I can simply copy the entire text, paste and paste. Alright, so here I will be needing an onion. Similarly an onion, a beacon, also a beacon. Cool, so everything is done from here. So after having the following row, we are going to have one more final thing here, that is about the following size. So first of all, let's come out of the following column, and here let's have one more circle avatar for showing the size of the pizza. Alright, so here let's have a child to be a text. Alright, so I can simply copy the entire thing and paste it here. Difference for the size, let's copy that style from here, paste it here. Let's see it. First of all, let's have a background color to it of colors of deep purple. Now let's see our final output after pressing over this. Alright, so we have our final output here. So once we have everything here, format document first. So after having the following thing, we are going to have somewhat buttons here. So let's have all the buttons. So coming out of, let's see which widget we are using. So coming out of the following container, we are going to have a row of buttons. So here first of all, let's have children. So under this row, let's have a flat button in the form of icon. So here on pressing it, nothing shall be happening for now, but under icon I can have an icon for icons, not icons but font awesome icons.i1. Also let's have a label for a text. The text shall be nothing but skip the following delivery. Alright, he's a lazy delivery boy. So here let's copy the entire styling and paste it here under form of style. Alright, not a double style. So once we have a button here, let's have another button, but first of all let's have a color. So here I can simply have a color of colors of red one or red warning bro to you. So here I can simply copy the entire flat button icon, paste it here, but here I will be simply have deliver, not delivery but deliver. And here instead of having the following icon, I will be having an icon of delicious. Let's have somewhat color to our icon of colors of white. Same thing shall be going for our eye, colors of white. Let's see it. So after having the following row, we will be having one more final button here, which shall be nothing but the contact for the following user, that is the following customer. So I can paste it here. Now here I can simply say contact the owner. Let's have a phone icon here. Cool. Now let's see it by opening it. Alright, so everything is up and ready. So let's start modifying the entire things. So first of all, let's have our proper row. Also let's give different color buttons. So here under this button, I will have a different button for orange accent. Under my delivery button, instead of red, I will be simply have a button for red, light blue, that is red accent, blue accent. Format document first. And here I will be simply covering my entire row under a container. It will be simply having somewhat width of 400. And for my row, I am going to have somewhat main axis alignment for a space evenly. Cool, so once this thing is done, let's go to the top and have somewhat padding to our text. So I can go at the top. Alright, so here under our row, first of all let's have a padding, not a column. So I will be simply having a padding from only for a top one. It shall be enough. After that, let's have somewhat padding to our size box as well from everywhere. And after that, let's come down. And here let's have somewhat padding to our container. Padding, padding and padding from only for a top one. Let's see it by closing it once. Alright, everything is properly managed now and it is looking more cool. So after having the following attributes, let's go down and have somewhat padding to our buttons as well. So here let's come down here. Under the following container, let's have somewhat padding as well from only Same thing goes for our entire flat button icon, a last button for calling the customer for only. Let's open it one more time. Cool, so we need somewhat pixel thing here, so we can simply go up. Alright, so where is our row? Alright, so now let's do one thing, that is increase somewhat media query height. Let's open it one more time. Alright, everything is properly managed and everything is looking more professional. So after having the following thing, let's come down under our following timing thing. Alright, where it is, something is always remaining. So I can go up under my time. Let's have somewhat padding from left side. We need perfection because we are perfectionist. What say, brother? From left. So everything is done. Let's open it one more time. Alright, so everything is looking more cool now. So this is the final outlook of our delivery sheet that the following delivery boy shall be seeing up. Now let's see the issue of why we are not getting the following markers. So for that, let's go up under our init marker method. Alright, so here's a problem, but I won't be telling to you at this point. I need that you should be solving the following problem at your own level. But no worries, I am going to explain the following problem of why we are not getting marker in our next tutorial. So with that said, if you have loved this tutorial, please hit that like button. Guys, please hit that like button. I am making more content day and night just for some of the amazing Flutter contents. So if you find all of my content more meaningful, please hit that like button. Also comment down something good. Also if you simply share all of my videos, I'll be very happy. And don't forget to connect me on my Instagram, also LinkedIn and Facebook. All the descriptions about my contacts are given in my description box. So with that said, I will see you in the next one while carrying out the marker problem. Also fetching out some of the new functions for our admin panel. So with that said, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.